right, let's just be honest. I am bored. I am bored. Are you bored? I am bored. Now, even in here, I'm bored. In this room with all of this stuff, I'm still bored. Now, why am I bored? I'm bored for the same reason you guys are probably bored right now. You're stuck in the house right now. You're stuck where you are. We're all kind of staying away from this virus as much as possible, trying to do what the law is asking us to do, asking us to stay away from groups of people. It's tough, especially when your job is being around groups of people. In my case, I do photography. I do a lot of media and things like that, as you can probably tell. And being a professional in that industry, you're definitely relying on events and different types of things going on. So this is very tough to deal with, that we're dealing with for anybody who works with the public, who works with events, who works in photography. I could just go on and on and on into all the different people that are being affected by this type of thing. But it's best for us to be in the house, even if we have to sit here and stare at our computers and try to figure out exactly what's happening in the news. Um, I'm reading about the coronavirus, right now. These websites really break down all kinds of really scary information about what's happening right now with the coronavirus, and that affects you, that affects me, that affects everybody. I don't know what to tell the kids anymore. I don't know what to tell adults anymore. I'm in a situation just like you where I'm just like, wow, this is a real trip. But the most amazing thing to me has been how the news has kind of changed a little bit. So let me try to explain what I mean. Now, Fox News is an organization that pushes information, and the people that work there who are on the screen are not exactly journalists, although I would say that they're actors, improv actors. Everyone who works at Fox News on the screen, in front of the camera, those people are improv actors, and what they're asked to do every day is to push an agenda. It's obvious because it's obvious. I don't need to tell you because, and that's the part that really kind of gets me. Some people you really kind of have to explain why Fox News is dangerous, or why the information that Donald Trump is spreading out there is untrue. Why do you there's certain people out there you have to try to explain that to, because they're not understanding the same thing you're understanding, or I'm understanding. So what do we do? What do we do in a case like that, where you have a whole lot of people out there who really actually believe the president, want to believe everything he says, or want to believe anything that Fox News tells you that you need to believe? There are people out there who really truly believe that they have to watch Fox News. And the reason why some of those people feel like they must watch Fox News is because they feel that the information that comes to them about the world needs to come only from these people. Now, if we know that those people always tell stuff that's not true, yet there's proof out there to back it up on top of that, and these people refuse to understand no matter what, then what do? You still have to live with these people, or do you have to live with these people? That's the issue, right? Well, now the world is changing. Imagine a world where you really can't get out there and really associate yourself with other people very much at all. Imagine a world pretty much like what you're experiencing right now. Imagine having to communicate like this all the time to each other and never really being able to safely meet face to face. Imagine that. Um, well, can you imagine what kind of world um, we'll be living in? Can you imagine what kind of country the United States would become? Um, what would we be known for at that point? We want to think about those things, right? So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, well, now, even in the early stages of this, we're finding that there's a necessity, there's an urgency, if you will, for a totally different way of handling the capitalism that we are trying to hold on to. Okay. So what we're doing is we're giving money out to the citizens, and we're calling it whatever they're calling it. They're giving money out to the citizens, and this is the first wave of money going out to the citizens in the hopes that the citizens will get this money, put it back into the economy, get a little money flow going where there's absolutely no money flow going right now, and there's no money that can be made by many of these entities. So you have to create a money flow, right? So they're trying to create a money flow in this capitalistic environment. This can't go on and on and on and on, although they're entertaining that idea if necessary. So the thing that really gets me is we're looking at socialism, aren't we? I mean, I don't want to go into a long video, but we're looking at socialism in the earlier stages. That appears to be a necessity and an urgency, something that needs to be done. So what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that Bernie Sanders may have had a point for a very, very long time. And maybe we need to tell Joe Biden to go somewhere. Maybe you guys need to be paying attention to some of these younger people as well. One thing about adults is we complicate things. Wow. We complicate things. We complicate things. And why do we complicate things? Because we had a lot of practice in complicating things. We've learned from some of the best teachers, our families, our parents, our people who like to complicate things and make things more complicated. We get entertained by people and creative people who try to complicate matters and try to complicate a plot and try to complicate this. We complicate things so much, and the more we live, the more gifted we become at complicating things. So that's what's happening. And now, as a child, they don't complicate things very much, do they? They're very simple, aren't they? And they don't worry about the same kind of stuff that we've learned to worry about, have they? So we've learned to complicate matters. Even simple things that are still simple, we would make them way more complicated. Hey, 2 + 2 = 874.687. And that's to some people because they complicate things when really 2 + 2 = 4 all day, every day. So here's the thing I want to say. There's no way we can sustain the type of life that we have been trying to do here in the United States, or that you guys have been trying to do here in the United States. We've just been playing a part in it. And here we are. Now we're in a situation that you didn't expect. This is where God comes in. It just kind of does this, kind of clears the slate a little bit or something. I don't know what he's doing, but all I can tell you is this. It's happening. And what we need to do is realize that, hey, things are not what you thought. Things are actually the opposite of what you thought. So let's get ready. Let's learn a whole new way of enjoying our talents. Let's find a whole new way of, I'm just saying now that we need to think about it. If you don't think about it, what purpose would you not think about this? Let's think about it. Here's something else for you. Here's something else. The coronavirus, I'm sitting there looking at this information now. There's people who had the coronavirus, recovered, testing negative, all of a sudden, then testing positive again. Now, how's that? I don't know. Maybe this is one of those illnesses that, well, you can get it again right after you just got it. What about that? Here's the other thing. People said, hey, this thing is man-made. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. Now, I love a conspiracy theory every once in a while, but this one's man-made. Come to find out, it doesn't appear to be man-made. It appears to be natural. Now, what if it is natural? Is that better or is it worse? That's worse. That's worse, my man. If it's natural, that means the earth is doing this. All we are is just floating out here in space. So all I can say is, hey, if the earth is trying to shake us off, the earth can definitely shake us off. If the earth is just trying to shake us a little bit, to warn us a little bit, yeah, I think he's gotten our attention. At least I hope so. But there's a lot of stupid people out there that's not going to get it. Even if, right? Look, I said some things I shouldn't have said. Look, do your best in this situation. Hey, come on in. That's my wife. Baby, come on back in so they can see your legs.